So I want to share with you a little story in Exodus 16 that was speaking to my heart this morning. So the Israelites, the children of Israel, had been led by the mighty hand of God out of Egypt. They had been rescued from their slavery, and God was leading them to the land of promise. Well, right now they end up in the desert. They're in the wilderness, but they're free. It seems like they would have been rejoicing and praising God, but instead they all start complaining. They're hungry, they're uncomfortable, they're probably tired. And so they start complaining against Moses and Aaron, and the very people that God chose to lead them to the land of promise out of slavery and out of Egypt. They said, "At least in Egypt, we sat by pots of meat and ate bread to the full." Wow. They would rather be slaves and be comfortable than be free and be uncomfortable. I had to think about that for a minute, and I'm still thinking about it for me in my own life. It was really speaking to me. So Moses said, "Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord." When we complain, are we really complaining against God? So God rained manna down from heaven. He provided for his people. He provided for them every day just what they needed to be sustained for that day. No more and no less. And I have observed something in my own spiritual life, and this is a real feat because I'm not very observant. I have noticed that there's a direct correlation between the time that I spend or don't spend in prayer and God's Word and the amount of power and self-control and peace that I feel in my life for that day. So when I come on my knees in the morning with a humble heart, God supplies all of the strength and peace and whatever I need to sustain me for that day. It is a daily collection, just like the Israelites collected the manna each day. The only day that they could collect extra manna was on Friday, so that no one worked on the Sabbath collecting manna. So remember, God will give you exactly what you need to sustain you for that day when you seek him. And I know that in my own life I want true freedom, and if that means being uncomfortable, am I willing to be uncomfortable to sustain true freedom? Because I believe that it's in the desert and in this desert experience that we learn true and full reliance on Jesus and all that he wants to do and can do for us. And when we recognize that power, we will come into true freedom. So I hope and pray today that you will think about your life and ask yourself the question, are we slaves in our comfort? So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll chat with you soon. If you want to learn more about this story, it's found in Exodus 16, and I encourage you to open it up and to see what God is speaking to your heart. Blessings.